undoubtedly the greatest game of the Spanish football calendar. Yes, Real Madrid versus Barcelona in the El Clásico. Yes, as we all expect, this is the game where most of the big boys in world football come and they show who knows how to do it best. Yes, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Now, this is a little history about this El Clásico, right? The first El Clásico, which was played between Real Madrid and Barcelona, was played on the 17th of February, 1929 at the Lecor, Barcelona's old grounds, right, which went in favor of Real Madrid, where Real Madrid won by 2-1. Yes, so this shows you how far this game has evolved, right? This game has been there since 1929, which shows you that it's been there for a very long time. People have enjoyed it from that time to today. The likes of Ronaldinho, the likes of Ronaldo Nazario, all these great players, Rivaldo and co, right? Messi till the time of Messi, Ronaldo, and then now the likes of Mbappé and Lamine Yamal. Yeah, so this shows you that this particular fixture contains a lot of top-notch players. Yes, and then with this current fixture, we are really looking forward to having a very wonderful game as usual. Now, in this current fixture, right, we know how big the rivalry is. But then, there are certain players who have had the privilege to don both jerseys, right? Both for Real Madrid and then also for the likes of Barcelona. And these players have had the chance to play in all Clásicos, right? Both for Real Madrid and then for Barcelona. Number one, Luis Figo, right? This guy played for Barcelona and then he was one of their best players. I think at that moment he was their best player. But then Florentino Perez, if you can go and read the history, Florentino Perez did the magic, right? He wanted to win the Madrid presidency. He promised Madrid fans, if he is voted in, he's going to bring Luis Figo. And he didn't fail. He won and he did the impossible. He brought Luis Figo from Real Madrid, from Barcelona to Real Madrid. Eto, the African giant, has played for both Real Madrid and then Barcelona. And then the third player, Ronaldo Nazario, R9. Yes, the one we call Bisi here in Ghana. Yes, the original Ronaldo. Yes, he also had a chance to play for both Madrid and then Barcelona. And then with the head-to-heads, this current fixture has had 261 games played in total. Barcelona have won 104, with Real Madrid winning 105, and then 52 ending in a draw. This shows you how tight this fixture is. The gap when it comes to head-to-head isn't that huge. It's very, very close. 105 for Real Madrid and then 104 for Barcelona. And then 53 or 52 games ending in a draw, right? This shows you that yes, indeed, this game always produces quality. You may ask why the difference isn't that huge. It shows you both teams have been having quality for a very long time, right? Since 1929 till today. Until today, there are still quality. The likes of Mbappé, Vinícius Jr, Rodrigo, Lamine Yamal on the side of Barcelona, Rashford currently, Rafinha, Lewandowski, a whole lot, right? So I'm not surprised at how this fixture is very close when it comes to head-to-heads. Now, before this match, I think there's been chit-chats, right, by some of these players around Lamine Yamal. Bro, I wouldn't say it's just this Clásico, right? It's been, I think, for some time now. Lamine Yamal speaks out of proportion. He blows things out of proportion. He says things that aren't so necessary. He takes his social media life more important than the field work. Bro, just zip your lips. Do the work on the field. Let your output speak for you. But then before any game, he goes out. An example was the game against PSG. He came out, posted a whole lot of things on his socials, right? But then the game ended in favor of PSG. So how do you explain this? This current game against Real Madrid, he was asked a question and then he blew things out of proportion, saying things that are not necessary, right? I think the people close to this guy, at his age, 18, he still can be controlled, right? his management, his parents, they should let him know, or they should stop him whenever he's going to say certain things or going to do certain things that are going to go against him. He was asked, and Lamine Yamal said, the last time I went to the Bernabéu, I scored and we beat them 4-0. Right? Everything himself. Right? To the point that he even made a statement, right? He was like, yes, they cheat. And then they complain. That's what they do. Bro, like, is this necessary? Like, why should you even make mention of that? It's not so necessary, bro. Just zip it. Do the work on the field. You'll be applauded by fans. Right? You are not the one to come and tell us you went to the Bernabéu and scored the last time you went. Bro, you can just talk about the game. Normal. Give respect to the club you are playing against. But then he acts as if there has never been a player like him. Right? So I think with Lamine Yamal, something has to really be done about the way he talks on social media and then the way he grants his interviews. And now, with the availability of players for this Clásico, right? I think Barcelona are rather the team on the wrong end, because I think they have a whole lot of players out injured currently. And I think it's really going to go against them in this particular fixture. Because on the side of Real Madrid, they have just 2 players out, right? David Alaba and then Rudiger. But then on the side of Barcelona, Juan Garcia, Barcelona's goalkeeper, who has really proved to be a very good signing from Espanyol, is still out, and then it's not going to be available for this Clásico. Gavi, also injured with a knee injury. Lewandowski, also out still. Dani Olmo is also still out, right? The likes of Rafinha are also questionable for this game. We don't know if they are going to be available for this game, right? Yeah, so I think in this kind of game, mostly coaches like to have all their best players available, right? But then, I think with Rafinha still out, I think Rashford can fill in that void perfectly, because currently, I think he's Barcelona's best player, especially when it comes to numbers, right? He's really putting up the numbers for Barcelona this season, both in the Champions League and in the La Liga as well. Yeah, so I think in this game, I think that game too is also going to be Rashford's first La Liga, first Clásico appearance. Yeah, so I think he's going to do everything to make a mark in this game. So, with this match, right, you may ask, with both sides having pure quality, right, what is going to be the difference between the two sides? Personally, I would say Barcelona's high line is really going to be, or it's going to be a make or break for Barcelona in this game, right? I did some analysis previously, and I said, right, that this high line, right, it mostly allows you to limit your opponent's playing space, right? It makes you control the midfield. It makes you gain more control in midfield. But then with Barcelona, it seems they are not limiting the opponent's playing space. Because mostly when the opponent has the ball, you can observe and see that opponents usually get into midfield easily and break that Barcelona line. Just a simple long pass, and then the high line is broken. And then in this kind of situation, at least you have to have quick center backs, just in case you are caught off guard. But then on the side of Barcelona, it's not like that. So this high line thing, bro, especially against the side of Real Madrid, I've always been saying that Barcelona are mostly lucky because they come against teams without enough quality. Most of these teams break the high line, they get a goalkeeper one-on-one and still miss. Sometimes Barcelona have to go behind in the first half by 4-5 goals. But then because of the lack of quality of the opposition that they are playing against, they still get to survive and sometimes win the game. But then you are playing against Real Madrid. If Real Madrid get that chance to be doing what those previous teams have been doing, the likes of Rayo Vallecano, Levante, and Co. were doing, PSG did, it's going to be a very busy day for Barcelona. And we all know Real Madrid has that quality to break this Barcelona line easily. Right? The likes of Adagula, very good on the ball, can put that penetrative passes. If Mbappé can hold his lines very well in this match, it's going to be a disaster. If this is how Barcelona is going to play, if they are not going to make corrections to this highline team. And I mentioned before, if Pedri is out of the game, mostly Barcelona's midfield is nowhere to be found. Right? So if Barcelona is going to play like this in this Clásico with that same highline, I think they really have to make corrections and be very steady, especially in midfield and in the back line. Right? Because Real Madrid have enough tools, enough quality to destroy this Barcelona setup. Right? Yes, so that is where I think the difference can be made. Because on the side of Barcelona, we know they can score goals. They have quality. Lamine Yamal, very good on the ball, can beat his marker on any day. Rashford has shown us what he can do. Ferran Torres, very good on the ball, can score goals on any day. Right? But then, what if you score and you can't defend? Right? So I think that is where the difference, the big difference is going to be made. That's where I think the big difference is going to be made. And to add to that, right, in Barcelona's last 6 games, they've conceded in all of those 6 games. Barcelona have conceded in the last 6 games that they've played with this same highline thing. Bro, against Real Madrid, it's going to be a different thing. Real Madrid are a different animal. Bro, Madrid playing at home. Barcelona have beat Real Madrid 4 times. So they are coming like a wounded animal. They were beaten by Atletico Madrid by 5 goals to 2. Coming into this game, Real Madrid are not going to be coming softly because they know what they faced from this Barcelona side last season. And plus Barcelona playing poorly with this highline. I think this game is going to come up with a whole lot of talking points, especially at the end of 90 minutes. Yeah, so with the head-to-head, in the last 5 games, Real Madrid have won 4 and lost 1. With that loss coming against Atletico Madrid when they beat them by 5 goals to 2. On the side of Barcelona, in the last 5 games, they've won 3 and lost 2, conceding in all of these games. Now, in the fixture between these two, right, the whole of the last 5 games they played, as I said earlier, Barcelona have won 4 with 1 ending in a draw, where Barcelona still won at extra time by 3 goals to 2. Yes, so as I said earlier, Real Madrid in the Barcelona in the previous games are really having the upper hand. But then in this game, I think a whole lot is going to happen. And then with the win probability that I'm having right now, right, according to Opta, Real Madrid playing at home have a 45% win probability to Barcelona's 31% win probability, right? These are just figures, right? But then personally, I am tipping Real Madrid to come up top in this match. I don't know though, but then from how Barcelona have been playing poorly in certain games previously, and how Real Madrid are showing hunger currently, right? Coming also in another Clásico where they've not won in the previous 5 or 6. I think Real Madrid are going to do anything possible, right, to get this win for their fans because it's been long due. Barcelona have been on their necks for a very long time now. So I am tipping Real Madrid to come up top in this game. And then with the win probability that I'm having also, it shows that Real Madrid are the ones who are going to come up top in this game with a 45 win probability to Barcelona's 31% win probability. The Clásico has always provided interesting moments, big goals, big players coming in big. Is Lamine Yamal going to come up top? Is Kylian Mbappé going to continue his excellent scoring run? Let's meet here again after 90 minutes of the El Clásico. See you next time.